Hi Trader Tina here once again from ShortMeTina.com with my daily recap. Today's Friday, so TGIF. Thank yourself, give yourself a pat on the back. You made it all the way until Friday. The weekend is upon you. So I'm going to jump really quickly to recap about a handful of stocks. I'm going to bypass the overall markets like the Dow, the SPY, the NASDAQ, the Russell, because I believe that I did them to the point of extreme. I just did a lot. I just did it a lot for the past 4 days. So I'm going to give it a break. Obviously, we'll resume next week. So I'm just going to talk about, again, like I said, a handful of stocks that I've been asking folks to pay attention to because I think in this sort of environment, yes, stocks are volatile. Yes, I said do not feel the need to trade if it's not conducive to your style of trading, and I generally mean that. It is perfectly fine to sit on your hands for the next 2 to 3 months and until the market sort of finds itself. But for those similar to myself and others who are still looking for great trade ideas, I'm going to throw some out at you. A good portion of them are lower price securities, and that's because, again, in these volatile environments, you'll notice, or you'll see stocks that are putting up 50, 60, 100% in a short period of time. So we're going to jump into a recap of Tilray. I've spoken about this one in the past, more so on my website on our free swing trading watch list that's released every Sunday night. So if you're not subscribed, ensure that you head on over to ShortMeTina.com and subscribe right now. But this has been on my radar for quite some time. And disclaimer, this is actually a trade we took in the premium member community. I like these bases, right? You can see the decline here, right? I know I've said, oh, you can, it's best to change the direction of the trend. But if you notice here, right, you had this decline. Let's say it started in February. This is a daily chart. Stock declined. You saw this basing here. It wasn't a long basing, right? It was a shorter term basing, about a few trading days or a few hours for those that trade intraday charts. We broke that downtrend here. You can see the volume step in. And so we went long in the premium member community around that low two, the mid two to like low three level. You can see here it took a few days for the stock to get to 1060 from a low of around $2, obviously giving premium members or anyone who took this trade a nice healthy return. It has pulled back about 9% today and about 50% since topping out at around 1060. We can see here it closed at 554. So again, it's been cut in half. Do I still like it, although it's trading all the way down here? Well, I do still like it, but obviously it depends. You want to ensure that buyers start to step in before you kind of like throw your hat at this trade. But it's still a stock I believe should be on your radar and your watch list because I still see if things get going, I can still see this hitting $14. Again, while it's trading at $554, this stock actually traded at one point at around $300. I do not think in any way, shape, or form it'll get there, but I do not think sitting here at 5, I do not think 10 is out the question, and I do not think 14 is out the question. Just wanted to update folks on that. Again, I know this has been on our free swing trading watch list as a stock that can potentially double and triple, and while it has, I am acknowledging that it has pulled back some, but I still think that it has a potential third run in it. What else? All right, and then we have Groupon, another stock that I've also told folks about that I like. Full disclaimer, a trade that we took in the premium member community, and at the height we were up, I want to say, close to 100% on this trade. It has since pulled back. Look at the chart here. You can see the decline. Similar, it's almost identical to Tilray's chart, hence why I liked it. You can see the decline here, and you can see a change in trend with confirming volume. So we went long somewhere around here, and then most recently, again, the stock hit about 142, representing about 100% or north of, I think it was a little shy of 100%, maybe like 90% from our initial entry point. Granted, again, from 142, it has pulled back some, similar to Tilray, about 50% to close at 72 cents. Today's loss was about 8%. Even so, Groupon, for me, the lower it goes, the more attractive it becomes, because again, I can see this stock getting back to around $2 or $3. So if it dips to 50%, I like it. If it gets to 40%, not 40%, pardon. If it gets to 40 cents, I like it even more. 30%, I like it even more. Again, I can see this when the market comes back. I can see this stock hitting around $2 or $3. And in the interim, I think you'll get your 50 to 100% spikes. Again, I'm not telling you to run out and buy this. Obviously, you're going to trade your plan. It is your money. Make sure that it makes sense for you from a risk reward perspective. But I like Groupon, and again, it gave us about a good 90% in profits when we initially got in. And although it's pulled back about 50%, I still like it. What else? All right, and so let's venture out and let's go to ticker CRC. Again, I like my disclaimers and my disclosures. Another trade we took in the premium member community. You see the theme here. We are trading some of these lower price securities because they have the ability in a short period of time to run 50, 60, 100%. I think in Tilray we were in the trade for less than 10 trading days, about 2 weeks. For Groupon, I think we were in the trade, let's say about 5 trading days, something like that, maybe even less. And for ticker CRC, we were not even in this trade for a full 2 days. We actually got into this trade yesterday again. So the chart is not similar to Tilray or Groupon, but there was this basing here after this huge decline. A huge decline started to base here. We got into this trade yesterday when the stock dipped to a low of around 96 cents. I believe that was our entry price. And today, with the stock topping out or hitting $1.64, we were up north of 70% in one day. Again, the theme here, or a lot of the stocks that I've been looking for. Obviously, I'm also paying attention to a lot of higher priced or higher market cap stocks because they tend to be a lot more stable for longer term trading. But in these environments where the market has these huge swings, right, you have an option to either sit on your hands, which is perfectly fine. Again, it's perfectly fine to sit on your hands, or you can look for these trades that you can flip within 2 to 3 days. And again, being that I do run a service, I do have an obligation to my members, and I saw ticker CRC as a potential. Again, we got into it yesterday, trading at 96 cents, topped out at 164, about 70%. It has also pulled back to 124. Caution is the word here. I'm not quite sure. Just based on the candle, there might be some selling heading into Monday. But again, pay attention to these lower price securities. What else do we have? All right, and so ACB, I actually got into this trade in one of my longer term trading accounts. Got into it a while ago, a bit underwater on this trade, but I'm paying attention to it because perhaps similar to the others, it might be setting up for a 40-50% run, right? You don't just have to stick to Tilray. There are other stocks in the marijuana cannabis space. They are volatile, so take note of that. But if you can catch it at a good entry price, right, you can see some decent upside. So it's off about north of 3% on the day, closed at 81 cents. You can see here like a rounding bottom, in my opinion, perhaps a cup and handle formation. Paying attention to this resistance line of 125. If we can get past that, for me, party is on. I can see this really sort of running to around $2 to $2.50. So put ticker ACB on your radar and your watch list. Full disclaimer, full disclosure, it is a stock that I hold in my longer term portfolio. What else do we have for you? All right, this just in. Let's go to Delta. Let's actually switch to the weekly chart here. So let's go to Delta. You can see here clearly stock has been in a range from 2016 to 20. Broke that range. I mean, maybe try to zoom in. I know sometimes it's hard for you to see the candles, but it's easier for me to kind of see what the stock is doing when I take sort of like a elongated view, if that makes sense, of the chart. And that's why I tend to zoom out to like 20, 30 years, because then I can see a clearer picture versus focusing on individual candles. Hope that makes sense. Anyway, so close to 22.48 in after hours. The stock is actually down about 11%. It's trading at $19.90. Which brings it somewhere around here, if I can draw the line. $19.90 brings it somewhere around here. Why is it down in after hours? Well, Mr. Warren Buffett, the Oracle of Omaha himself, essentially said that he, well, not him per se, but Berkshire let go of some trades. That's my beeper, so that tells me that I need to just speed this up. Anyway, 1990 down about 11% in after hours. For me, if you don't get the bounce, and I would rather, there's a trade on both sides, the long and the short. I'd rather actually short into strength with this one. But if that doesn't hold, the next stop for Delta, in my opinion, is around $15 or $16. That's not the only airline he unloaded on. He also got rid of Southwest. Let's see what that chart looks like. And we're going to actually wrap it up with Southwest, okay? And I do believe other airlines are down in after hours because of the fact that he let go of Delta and Southwest. So looking at my notes here, so we closed at 30.54, off about 3%. I think it's down an additional 4.6% in after hours. Is trading at 29.11. Where does that bring us in after hours? Again, Buffett let go of some of his shares. The Oracle of Omaha himself, 29. Let me see, reference point again, 29.11. So that brings us somewhere around here. Kind of bouncing off support. If that fails, if that does not hold, then for me, it's a long way down. I don't see any support really until we get to that sort of $19 level, okay? So trading at 29 in after hours. If that fails, let's give it a range. 19 to around here, around 23. 19 to 23. You can see there's very little support underneath. So if it falls, it's going to be a free fall. So just take note. That's why your beloved airline is down in after hours. And so we're going to cap it there. Hopefully that video was informative. Tina here once again from ShortMeTina.com. If you enjoyed any portion of that video, do 3 things for me. 1, comment in the comment section and like the video, right? Why? Because it's Friday. Just like and comment because it's Friday. 2, I do videos every single day. Make sure that you're subscribed to our YouTube channel at ShortMeTina. And lastly, the 3rd thing is right now what we're doing on our website is we're hosting a free 14-day trading course. For those of you who are interested, right? I know a lot is going on with COVID. If you're preoccupied because you've either been laid off, you have a relative or a family member that is sick, or all of this is just extremely overwhelming and it's taking a toll on your mental health, then set this course to the side. I will always be around. It will always be here for you to actually take the course, all right? So don't feel pressured to jump into things. This is for folks that have some time on their hands. They are working from home or they've been laid off, but they've been compensated, and so, they just have some time on their hands and they're looking to learn. So if you fall in that category, then I think you should sign up for our free trading course. And if that is something that you're interested in, again, and it details and talks a lot about the things that I've learned trading the stock market for the last 20 years, specifically, well, not specifically, but also to how I tend to catch these trades that can move 20, 30, 40, 50% in a short period of time, right? The signs are there. Anyway, if you're interested in that, definitely head on over to our website, ShortMeTina.com. Sign up, become a member. Thank you for listening, and as always, thank you for the support, TGIF. Stay safe, enjoy your weekend. I will talk to you back here on Monday.